first thing that comes to mind with Los Angeles, you've probably all seen pictures of California, postcards, movies, Miami Vice, which is probably shot in Los Angeles. They just rent the lakes, you know. But anyway, you see palm trees everywhere. And to a lot of people, the palm tree is a symbol of, you know, vacations, surfboarding, bikini women, muscle-bound, tan, bronze, airbrushed men, Jaguars, David Lee Roth, movie stars, the good life, okay? When you live there, you come to realize that palm trees are nothing but weeds. They're big weed trees. They're overgrown weeds. And I was really thinking heavily about these palm trees. The palm trees are everywhere, like weeds. They're everywhere. Palm trees lining the front of Barbra Streisand's house in Beverly Hills. We go 10 exits down the freeway and we get off in not so beautiful Venice, California, where people of your persuasion, white boys, white girls, white men, white women, can go to some neighborhoods 10 exits down the street, down the road from Barbara's house, and get your fucking face blown off. No problem there. The palm trees are there. Gang shootout. Dead gang member. Head up against a palm tree. The maniacs come to see Barbra Streisand. They chop her up into bits. Her stupid, confused eyes crossed, looking into the warm California sunshine. Her head resting on a palm frond. The palm trees are everywhere. Bums dying next to palm fronds. Palm trees with urine from bums and dogs. Vomit. Palm trees. Garbage. Palm trees. They had the Los Angeles Olympics that rooted itself all the way down Sunset Strip through these incredibly bad neighborhoods. Evian Water had a sponsorship, gave out tons, gallons upon gallons, liters upon liters, rivers full of this drinking water in little styrofoam cups of a beautiful light blue color. Everyone drank them, tumbled them up, threw them on the ground. Palm trees with a sea of light blue styrofoam going for miles. 26 miles down beautiful Sunset Boulevard. And here's just some ideas about Los Angeles. I have here on this piece of paper, Los Angeles. All right, like I said about half an hour ago, every once in a while I live in Los Angeles. I spend most of my time on tour because I do a band, rock and roll, party down, cocaine, Hell's Angels to the fiery depths kind of thing. Only without the fiery depths, without the cocaine, without the backstage queen, just kind of like four slobs playing to a bunch of creeps, basically. So that takes up about 200 days of the year. Practice takes up many days of the year. This thing takes up many days of the year. So every once in a while, I go into my room, which I don't even recognize anymore, which probably has been rented out to 2 or 3 Mexican families. Because I live in a pretty much all Mexican neighborhood, which is very nice because the food is very good and the produce is good and no one looks at you and the cops don't bother you because there's much more dangerous shit going on right next to you. There's a white boy with tattoos. So I like living there. It's very, very nice. So in Los Angeles, it took me, I've been in Europe since August 5th. So I've been out here for 4 months now. And it took me getting out of America and getting out of Los Angeles for that long to be able to look at the place with a different perspective. Like, you guys don't know about Switzerland like I do. I'm no expert on Switzerland by any means, but you all live here every day, and it's like you can't see the forest for the trees, you know what I'm saying? And I can come in here and just see some things that you might just be walking over every day. Now, I've been out of Los Angeles so long that I can do that with that place now. And I was thinking about it the other day, and it really tripped me out, so to speak, just how horrific, violent, nasty, dirty, and screwed up Southern California is. And especially since I've been here in Europe, since Europe is so old. I can go to see buildings that have been around centuries. In Los Angeles, nothing has been around longer than 20 minutes. There is no culture. The only culture you have are Mexican families, and that's better than nothing, but it's not ancient, and I really dig seeing castles, seeing old churches, seeing towns that have been around way longer than anything where I come from. That's very, very cool. I have great respect for that. In Southern California, nothing has been around long enough. No one has even been born there. Most of the people that you meet don't even come from California. You have a state full of people who moved there from other places to find something. Finding something that does not exist. Especially in Southern California. What do we have there? Hollywood, Beverly Hills, the good life. The life that you see on television, the life that you see on movies. Eddie Murphy cruising around Beverly Hills. Okay, well, a lot of people don't have too much upstairs, and they head out west thinking that they're going to walk on the streets, turn around, and some man is going to hand them a big pile of money and a big dream in the sky. And you would not believe how many people really think that. You hear some of the most outrageous, stupid, moronic stories coming out of people's mouths. Well, you know, I'll record a couple albums, then I'm going to break into movies, and then, you know, what, 20 weeks later, we see the same guy out on Santa Monica Boulevard selling his asshole for $25 a pop because it's the only way he can get by. And it's kind of funny, but when you actually see someone you know who's straight doing a nighttime boy chicken thing, it's pretty fucking scary, okay? But anyway, I did realize finally how ugly and gross and cultureless and fake and plastic Southern California is. Like, which just makes me sidetrack into a thing that Nietzsche said about how you should love your enemies on account of most of the time, it's your enemies, they're going to be giving you the righteous story. Your friends are always, oh, I'm your friend, everything is nice, and they're the perfect ones to knife you in the back, because they've got you going, yeah. The guy who comes up and goes, fuck you, you know where he's at. I'm going to kill you. Oh, God, thank goodness you're here. You know what I mean? You can, someone who hates your guts, at least you know where he's at. The person who loves you, be careful. In California, everybody loves you. Yeah, I loved your new book. Oh, God, what a piece of shit. Oh, yeah, here, pass the cocaine. Oh, beautiful party you're having. Oh, Christ, how goes. Okay, and so it's like that. And so you meet a lot of people with what we call the California smile, giving you what we call the California promise, which is, yeah, baby, let's have lunch. You're beautiful. I'll call you. It's the biggest bunch of horse shit. So I just took some notes on LA, and I'm just going to read them to you really quick. Because this is this thing I thought about. You see so many people tan. Everyone's so tan, man. Old people tan. They look like skinned lizards. These people, man, they look like horse saddles. Like they're mummies. These people sitting at the bus stop, they look like chameleons, iguanas, reptilian. You think they're wearing leather clothes, but it's them! Because they'll be like this, and you go, oh my God, it's Tutankhamun! And then they move. Pass the joint. So, you see a lot of faces, and they all have that kind of the facelift smile. Like, I don't want to smile, but I smile now all the time. And I just had this image of a lot of people. Well, dig this. So, I have a telephone. And I didn't always have a telephone because up till a few years ago I was too poor to afford a telephone. So now I got my own room and I got my own phone. So I had to come to the conclusion, am I going to put my phone number in the phone book and risk getting the 4 a.m. ring? Oh, is this Arne? Is this like Rollins? Hold on, man. Yeah. You suck, dude! Click. Oh. So I wanted to think about whether I wanted to put myself through that. So I decided, hey, man, if someone really needs to talk to me, you know, I'm gonna, let them do their thing. Okay. So I put my name in the phone book, not my address, because I'm not in love with fire bombs and dynamite. I got a weird aversion to it, and maybe some of you share that with me. But I did get the phone number in, and after about 3 weeks, I started getting random phone calls from people. But amazingly enough, no crank phone calls. No, like, those dumb ones, okay? I got real phone calls from, and they weren't like, hey, dude, like, how are you doing? Nothing that lightweight. I got calls from crazy people. In California, there's a lot of crazy people. In California, there's a lot of mental institutions. You can send your kid away to a mental institution about as easy as you can go down the street and buy a pack of cigarettes. Your kid comes home drunk, you can send him away to Camarillo State Mental Hospital for 6 weeks to get evaluated. So what do you think what happens when the kid comes out of there? Does he come out more screwed up than when he went in? Of course he does. He went in just being a normal teenager, trying to get laid, trying to smoke out, trying to listen to as much Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and Motley Crue as he possibly can in a 24-hour period, trying to ingest as many hallucinogenic drugs as possible, as much all the time, driving as fast as he can in someone else's car, wrecking it, paying for it on someone else's credit card. That is what you do when you're young. And when you get a little older, you realize that stupid fuck-up kid stuff is probably some of the most ingenious, fun stuff you ever did in your whole life. Okay, remember the times that when you drank like 2 beers, got real sick, threw up all over yourself, and it's like really dumb, and like 4 years later you go, oh god, that's really stupid. But the night you had out was like so fun compared to paying bills, going to work, so think about that. Because some of the shit you did at 17 will be way more brilliant than any of the stuff you'll do at age 35, and you'll see. Because I've already reached my potential. I'm 26 and I've had it. You can see that. Now I'm doing. Look what I have to resort to. Only kidding. But very seriously, I get calls from people in real live loony bins, and the most intense calls I got was from girls. And some of the calls and some of the stories that I was told by these strangers who I don't know. Were really, imagine you, any of you, at home, alone in your apartment, or house or squad or whatever, and a stranger calls you up, and they know your name. Hello, Belinda? Yeah? Is this really the Belinda? Well, yeah, sure. Oh, God, I've been really wanting to talk to you. I can't take it here. Can you get me out? Stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. And then I have to be responsible for being in 80 million newspapers, putting out 10 records and mattering to someone. All of a sudden I've got to be 10 albums worth of soul to someone I don't even know. I say, okay, I deal with it. Fine. So, I was just going to read you really quickly just some of the phone calls I got, because I think you'd be pretty amazed. Here's a call from this crazy girl, late at night. She sounds far away, like she's from another planet. She tells me her parents put her there because they don't want to see her anymore. She says her older brother tells her she's stupid. She believes him. She feels bad. She starts to cry on the phone. She says her older brother goes out with a girl that got named Ms. Huntington Beach. She says, he tells me I'm ugly and I believe him. Do you think I'm ugly? And I tell her, no, I don't think you're ugly at all. She says her brother's a big fan of mine, and he won't believe that she and I are talking on the phone at 2:33 in the morning. She tells me that she lives with a lot of other kids, strangers. She sleeps in a ward with them. A tough, weird reality. 12 and a half years old. She asks me if she can call again sometime, and I tell her she can call me anytime she wants. I don't care what time it is. She says that I made her feel much better. She says goodnight and hangs up. I lie on the floor and look up at the ceiling. I can't sleep. I try to imagine what she looks like. It's times like these that make me want to forget everything I know. She calls me from a loony bin out in the sticks. Tells me about getting strapped down. Tells me about the needles. Tells me about how she's getting better. She can't feel it, but they're telling her that she's doing better all the time. I can see her now, shitting her pants. The men coming in and screwing electrodes into her head. Getting better. She gets on the phone and tells me about it. I think about lab rats. I can smell shit. I look up at the phone. I put my ear back to it and listen to another planet talking to me. I think of bright lights, white sheets, drugs, people getting better, the smell of shit, and this girl, this stranger, calling me in the middle of the night. A girl called me once. She told me about all the times in the home. Delinquent girls, runaway girls. She learned to eat pussy the hard way. She woke up one morning to find her roommate had hanged herself in the night, right across the room. The urine on the floor, in a puddle. She said that she better hang up. She said if she didn't, she wouldn't be able to stop talking. And she says it gets her upset. Imagine that. This is solitary, you've heard of solitary confinement. Well, I do a thing called solitary refinement, where I spend many hours alone in my room just dealing with four walls. Solitary refinement blues. I carve ruts into my flesh with a safety razor. I press my face into the corner until I see spots. I turn away and punch out with my fists. I imagine face after face after face. I want nothing. I need nothing. I hate. I am hate. I am almighty. I scream at the top of my lungs, and all of a sudden, I feel so cold, so hollow, so alone, crippled, riddled with despair. Does anyone know me? Does anyone want me? Am I here all by myself? Does anyone hear me? Would anyone want to touch me? Am I alive? And then I turn around. I listen to my breath. I feel a pounding in my head, steady, like a drum, like a hammer, like a thunderclap, erupting into an applause, a crushing ovation. My teeth grind together. I see white flashes, and I crush those starvation visions. I incinerate that want, that need. I am the despair annihilator. I am breathing fire now. I am untouchable. I am unreachable. I am invisible. I am the only one left. I am all there is. Solitary refinement. Hard, harder, strong, stronger, endless, over and over.
Except usually they have like a third eye or only one eye. I fucking lost my arm in Vietnam. Want to touch my stump? No, thanks. Violence makes me squeamish. I'm just gonna sit here and write a poem, okay? Oh, God. Okay, so every once in a while, we do get a girl who comes backstage who wants to meet the band because she has interests like boys have interests, like, where'd you get that guitar? How long are you on tour for? Where did you play yesterday? Stuff which is totally cool, totally valid, okay? But a lot of girls feel a hesitation to come backstage because they think that as soon as they do, they've entered this zone where they walk in and all the guys go, okay, who goes first, guys? Okay? So a lot of girls who want to know what's happening, they want to talk to the guy, you know, maybe they want to talk to me about something I said. Oh man, what was that line you said? I couldn't tell. That guy was beating you over the head with a sledgehammer. Oh yeah, well, you know, it was this, you know, okay. So we get guys all the time. Hey, dude, you fucking rip up, dude, you know, you want to saw my skateboard, and you're all. But not many girls. And I think one of the reasons is probably is if you see a bunch of four guys jumping up and down going for like an hour, you just want to go the other way from it, you know. But maybe also they might feel some pressure, okay? And I know this because the few who I have talked to give me this rap. So what I did was I took all the different raps I've been given by girls backstage, mixed all of them up, found all the things that were the same, put them on the page, and I added a little bit of the custom Rollins self-degrading humor in here to give you guys a little laugh for your evening. Okay, so I'm just going to read this little page of dialogue, the basic backstage rock and roll, cocaine, straight to hell, mama party down all night long type thing. Okay, we do it though without the hell, without the party, without the cocaine, without the rock and roll, so I guess we don't really do it at all, but... and don't get mad about with my impression of the female voice, because you've already heard basically what I do. Okay.
I thought you were really great tonight.
Thanks.
You're very intense.
Yeah.
I like the way you move up there.
Thanks.
Are you in a bad mood or something?
No.
You look mad. You don't like talking to girls, huh?
I got no problems with girls.
Well, I just wanted to say that I thought you were real good, that's all. I'm not some kind of groupie. I know you probably get all these girls that are coming up to you trying to fuck you. Well, I'm not one of those, believe me. I don't find you attractive at all. I just like what you do, and that is all, okay? Just because I'm a girl, it doesn't mean I automatically want to fuck you because you're in a band. Okay?
Okay, I agree with you. I'm glad you had a good time. I think it's wonderful.
So where are you going later after you get out of here?
To sleep.
Where?
I don't know yet. Probably someone's house.
I'm not a groupie, you know.
I believe you. I really, really believe.
I mean, I don't even like you. I don't even know why I'm back here. It's my friend that wants to meet you, not me. She's too afraid to come back here. You want to meet her? She's the one who got me to come to your show. I've never even heard of you before.
Well, I'm kind of tired. I'll just sit here. You tell her a big hello from old man Rollins.
Can I have a handshake? I know girls probably want to kiss you, but I don't want you to kiss me. I just want you to shake my hand, and that's it, okay?
Sure. Put her there, partner.
You're weird. Are those tattoos real? Nah. I didn't think so.
Well, you thought right. I can't fool everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you didn't fool me. I'm leaving now.
Have a nice trip home.
Another time, I'm playing in eastern Los Angeles, in a bad, bad Mexican neighborhood, which isn't bad unless you're white. And if you're white, you shouldn't be in eastern Los Angeles, unless you have this big thing about how you like to get stabbed and shot at. I mean, if you want to be white and say, hey, as a kick, let's get on a bus, get out, and get shot at, and potentially get stabbed. Okay, let's go to East LA. No problem. No problem. So anyway, with typical luck of Black Flag, we're doing a weekend in East LA. Not one night, 2 nights. Okay? So we're dragging all our fans out to East LA. I'm going, we pull up to the gate, and I go, Mikowski, why are we playing this place? It looks like a place I would never even want to pass over on a plane. He goes, well, that's where the show is, Ron. I was like, okay, that's cool. So anyway, the security is local gang members, biker boys, who now get a chance to flash their guns and their knives legally because they're the security. So there's these guys, these Mexican guys, walking through the hall all night long, flashing all these guns, which they have to keep, under the front car seat during normal days when they are merely murderers. Now they're security guards. Monday they try and kill you. Tuesday they're protecting you. It's this very strange world. So anyway, there's all these Mexican guys, guns. They're armed to the teeth, man. Shoulder holsters, ammo. And there's this one guy, tattooed all the way up, fucking everywhere, tattoos, these big boots, and this incredibly huge Bowie knife, spikes, headband this far over his eyes, about this high. He's terrifying. He drives his chopper into the hall and parks it in the middle of the front room. And everyone is smart enough to know that you don't even look at a biker's bike. You don't even look at it. You don't touch it, you don't look at it, you don't even acknowledge it. You walk around it. And so there's all these heavy-duty punker guys, like fucking mohawks and skinheads, and they're all like... So needless to say, there's a little bit of tension in the air. So anyway, the stage of this place is about this big, maybe a little bigger. Maybe it goes to maybe the end of the radiator. Trying to fit a whole band on a thing like this, all of a sudden this becomes this big. You just can't fit a band on it. So I'm up here. The drummers, they get stick in these hands. 500 people right here. Like, how you doing, Henry? I'm fine. Sorry I didn't bump into you there. Okay, so no room for anybody. Guitar player. And the security guard. The security guard up on stage to protect us. The place is packed. There is people just up against the stage, and magically, I don't know why, there's this big ditch of people way away from this guy. He's standing in front of the bass player and the second guitar. And I go up to the head security guy and go, can you please get that guy off stage? Why? Why don't you like my partner? I think your partner is wonderful. But if you really look at it, he's taking up 2/3 of the stage, and he's scaring the shit out of 500 people. Now, is it possible that I can tell the kids to be cool and we'll take care of any harm done to our bodies by people flying into us if you will get this guy off stage? Okay. He gives the word to the guy, and the guy walks by and looks at me. Okay. So we do the show. Everyone has a high old time. After the show, everyone's gone except the band, road crew, all that jazz. The guy comes up and says, hey, you want to get paid? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not the person who takes care of that. You want to get paid? Well, yeah, but if you can still find Dukowski, you want to get paid, you better come with me. Okay, dude, I'll go. So he goes, go in that office there. So we're walking side by side. I walk ahead of him to go in this office he points me at, and that's all I remember, because that's when the big, mighty left came around and socked me in the side of the head. He sucker punched me, just clean my clock. Imagine a fist about this big. Boom! It's like getting hit with a VW fastback or something. So I fall on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I get up. A steel cap shoe, which amazingly belongs to this guy, finds its way right into my balls. Boom! I fall down again. My head feels a little uncomfortable. My balls in a bit of an uproar, going, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? And I'm like this. And then I look up and I realize that I am now in a corner and I can't go anywhere. And now this guy, who reeks of angel dust, is now foaming at the mouth, pulling out his Bowie knife, which is this big, going, you fucking punker, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. I'm just going, no, don't kill me. And I knew he was going to kill me. I knew it. And I'm just watching all this shit fly past me, I'm just thinking about all this shit in like 0.5 seconds. The knife is coming down like some kind of fucking science fiction movie, like a James Bond movie. The big, the hour of doom is coming down. Like 3 of his friends jump him, like this. Wrestle him to the ground, beat him up to get the knife away from him, and take the knife away. And the guy leaves. I'm there with my balls exploding, my head like this. And I sit down and I'm like, and the next day, that was only the first night. We go there and I'm getting out of the van like, I'm gonna survive this. What the hell? Security guy comes up with this like smirk on his face. Hey, I heard you had a problem with one of my partners. And I just could not believe it. What? I said I heard you had a problem with one of our partners. What's the matter? You don't like the way he treated you? And he's like laughing in my face and going, oh, well, I would have much rather have him just give me a kiss on the cheek, and a pinch on the ass, rather than like a boot in the balls and a fist like Thor across my skull. But that was a very heavy 2 seconds, That makes a whole day seem like, trying to do this. So anyway, I know.
Thank you.
How many times have you said thank you when you meant fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you? How many times have you gone, thank you? Think about it. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Officer. Thank you, Your Honor. So many times you've said thank you when you really mean. Let's take that. Let's see, let's substitute the word fuck for the word thank in everyday conversations. Typical Western movie, Lone Ranger. Oh, Lone Ranger, I don't know how to fuck you. Oh, Batman, I just can't fuck you enough. Don't fuck me. Fuck Robin. God damn it, Harry, what's the matter with you? You didn't even fuck the waiter. That's the fucks I get. Oh, you're such a lovely audience. I'd really like to fuck you all. Two polite men. These overly polite men. So full of shit. One opens the door for the other. Oh, fuck you. Oh, no. The pleasure is mine. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you very much. Or better yet, thank you. Thank you. For the ladies in the crowd, Saturday night, figured I'd dedicate one to the ladies. It's called How Does It Feel? How does it feel? Because I don't know how it feels when some dude just fucks you over. I don't understand that thing. Because I don't do it, and I never had some cock-carrying male try to inflict himself on me. So I don't know. So that's why I wrote this, because I'd like to know. How does it feel when he stares through your dress? How does it feel when he sniffs your cunt right through your coat? How does it feel when you're giving him head and he smacks you on the side of your skull and says, "Hey, touch me with those teeth like that again, I'll knock them right down your goddamn throat"? How does that feel? How does that feel? How does it feel when he slaps you halfway around the world, knocks you down, picks you up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry"? How does that feel? How does it feel when he punches you in your skull and says, "Can't you see I love you? Can't you see I love you? I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you"? How does that feel? How does that feel, baby? How does that feel, honey? How does that feel, mama? How does that feel? How does that feel, bitch? How does that feel, you stupid goddamn cunt? Doesn't that make you hate? Doesn't that make you want to kill? Doesn't that make you want to cut it off? Doesn't that make you hate? Well, it should.